ni kuya, tapos nakita ng lalaki. So, syempre, they had to ask, so, who's that? Ganyan. Sabi ko, I like boys. Gumanon ako sa kanya.
So that was your answer
That was
agad?
the answer agad. Kasi, pag on the spot ako, hirap ako magsinungaling. Ayoko talaga magsinungaling. Lalo-lalo na kung katapat mo yung magulang mo. Tapos yung magulang mo, parehong type A yung personalities. So, I like boys. Gumanon ako sa kanila. No, you don't. No, this is just a phase. Ganyan. Dad was worse. Sabi niya, no. You become straight or I kick you out of the house. And because I was only 21 then and I didn't want to leave the house, I decided to adhere to their wishes. And it worked for a time. I immersed myself into prayer and ministry. But it did not work. In fact, when that was in, I think that was 2007, 2000. Kaka-graduate ko lang. So, 2007, 2008. It didn't work kasi on the side, nakikipag-hook up pa rin ako. May mga tao pa rin, may mga kinikita pa rin ako mga lalaki. Pero after that, pag uwi ko, iyak ako na iyak. Iyak ako kay God, ganon.
Kita means kita lang or kita with sex?
With sex.
Kasi pwede
Hook up
kita lang.
May ano talaga.
Diba? Date change.
Scorpio tayo eh. Medyo malandi talaga tayo eh. Pero yun, the turning point there was in 2010. Sabihin ko na ba? Oh. The turning point then was in 2010. I was working in World Vision, it's a Christian NGO. And back then, after, nung 2009 kasi nagka-ondoy eh, di ba? So, relief ops kami. Hindi ako natutulog, hindi ako kumakain na maayos, hindi ako umuwi ng bahay kasi nakafocus kami lahat sa relief. Kasi ako yung nag-picture, ako yung kumukuha ng stories. After that, lumipad pa kami ng mga kaibigan ko sa Bangkok. So wala rin tulugan. Bangkok, Cambodia, Cambodia, Vietnam. Walang tulugan niya 5 araw. Pag uwi ko, may pneumonia na ako. So na-hospital ako na onte, nawala yung pneumonia. Nagka-chronic diarrhea ako. This was December of 2009. Nagka-chronic diarrhea ako. Tapos kinutuban na ako nun. Sabi ko, shucks, kailangan ko magpa-test.
Yes, kasi symptoms siya.
True enough, that was December of 2009, 5 days before Christmas. And then I found out that I was positive. Ngayon may mga Love Yourself, may Hash, may Sale, may mga social hygiene clinics na maayos yung counseling nila. Wala akong ganun. I had myself tested in a private laboratory. Nung nalaman nila, nung tinawagan nila ako, "Sir, you have to come in. May nakita." Pagdating ko doon, "Sir, i-forward na namin sa San Lazaro. Kasi you tested positive." Sabi ko, "Sure na ba yan? Baka naman false positive yan." Siyempre, in denial na ako nun. Sabi nila, mababa ang chance na false positive siya. Ganyan. Sabi ko, paano to? Anong gagawin ko? Mabubuhay pa ba ako? Pwede pa ba ako magkaasawa? Pwede pa ba ako magkaanak? Sabi nila, "Sir, baka hindi ka na pwede magkaanak. Baka hindi ka na pwede mag-asawa." Naano ako doon naloka. Sobrang na-depress ako noon. It was 5 days before Christmas. And the whole of Christmas until January and February, I was praying to God for a miracle, which never came. And true enough, January, February of 2010, nakuha ko yung confirmatory ko, ganon, that was a time na iniisip ko, okay, sorry Lord, baka punishment mo to sa akin. punishment ito sa akin kasi nagloko ako, punishment ito sa akin kasi bading ako, magiging straight na ako para sa'yo. Tanggalin mo lang to. So tinry ko ulit, talagang in-immerse, talagang nagpakalalaki ako, talagang nagpaka-straight ako. Hindi, kung nagkakaroon ako. So where was I?
Nagpaka-straight ka.
Nagpaka-straight ako. Tapos naghintay ako ng miracle. Kasi, naghintay ako ng himala. Walang dumating na himala. Hindi ako nag-meds noon. Nung time na yun, nung 2010,
Difficult.
iba kasi yung protocols. Ngayon kasi aggressive yung treatment protocols eh. Pag nag-test positive ka, okay, diretso ka na ARVs, diretso ka na treatment. Noong time na yon, kailangan pa nilang hintayin bumaba yung CD4 mo, tumaas yung viral load mo, bago ka bigyan ng treatment. So for like 1.5 years, I was living my life as a person living with HIV who was not under treatment. Because that's the protocol eh. So I really had to keep myself from making lande. So nung time na yon, wala pang PrEP. Kaya ang pinaka laban naman talaga natin against HIV is condom use. That is the most aggressive one, plus PrEP. Nung time na yun, wala pang PrEP. Ngayon, meron na. So, PrEP plus condoms, doble protection yon. Nung time na yun, wala pang PrEP pero may condom, so protected ka. Saka hindi pa tumataas yung viral load ko noon. Siguro 1 taon, akong lumandi ulit. At yung landi ko noon, ako yung sides lang kami. Para, kasi mas less yung transmission risk eh, di ba? Pag sides eh. So I really made sure na hindi ako magiging panganib sa ibang tao. Kasi ayoko mangyari yung nangyari sa akin. Ayokong gawin ito sa ibang tao. Pero ang pinakamahirap na part doon is hindi ko masabi sa kanila. Kasi noong 2010, pag sinabi mong HIV positive ka, iiwanan ka nila, hubusgahan ka nila. I cannot tell you how many times I was called dirty, dangerous, punishment. Yan. Those were the worst names by a lot of people. Yung may mga iba ko naka-hook up pag sinabi ko sa kanila.
Not your fan.
And hindi lang yung mga naka-hook up. Every time I see it on social media na parang HIV, people living with HIV are dirty. Pag nakita mo sa Grindr, sa Planet Romeo, safe, clean, no HIV. Parang anong ibig sabihin nun? Safe? Pag may HIV ka, hindi ka na safe? Pag may HIV ka na, hindi ka na clean? Pag may HIV ka na, dirty ka na? Anong ibig sabihin nun? So, alam niyo yung social stigma talaga na nakukuha natin sa even from looking at posts like that, it really gets to you eh. And this isn't something that's unique to me. It's something that many people living with HIV have been experiencing for the longest time. We have been labeled dirty, we've been labeled dangerous, we've been labeled as a monster. We've been told that this is a punishment from God kasi malandi kayo. Kaya ako sinasabi to ngayon at kaya plano ko rin to sabihin sa finals. Kasi it's time that we really talked about it. If there are people like me who are willing enough to come out and tell their story about living with HIV and about how they were able to overcome stigma and how they were able to rebuild their lives, then hopefully people like me will come to realize okay, wait lang, may boses kami. May bumuboses para sa amin kasi hindi lahat ng mga positibo ay pwedeng mag-come out, ay pwedeng magsabi na positive ako. Meron kasing risk yun involved eh. May yung there's a risk of losing their family, there's a risk of losing their careers, a risk of being ostracized, of even sometimes even killed. Lalo na if they're in very remote or very conservative places. So if there are people who are willing, who have the privilege to tell their story, then at least malalaman nila, okay, hindi pala ako mag-isa dito sa laban na to. May lumalaban para sa akin, may bumuposes para sa akin.